Okay, warm welcome for Mark Tony Hawk Jones.
Thank you for the warm welcome. Okay, let me just make sure I understand how this works. Cool, good seeing everyone. If you don't know me, I'm Mark Jones, head of sales at Perform Media, as John said. So let's get started. I think he already said it. My title is Turning a Deficit into an Advantage. Pretty compelling, huh? So let me give you a little background. So I was watching a documentary about a week and a half ago on ADHD. And this particular documentary was of interest to me because I was diagnosed with ADHD as a child. I had all the common characteristics like distractibility, impulsivity, and yes, hyperactivity. But why I liked this documentary so much is it really focused on the positive aspects of ADHD. So they talked a lot and really focused in on how proper treatment can help really prevent the deficits associated with ADHD and turn them actually into major advantages. And I love this because they talked about how distractibility through treatment becomes curiosity, how impulsivity becomes creativity, and how hyperactivity becomes energy and charisma. I hope I have a little charisma today to share with all of you. But this reminded me of a time when we first started Perform Media because we were faced with a similar challenge of turning a deficit into an advantage. So let me explain this. We are a contextual technology and we are an advertising platform. Our technology uses intelligent information to make topical recommendations in content, and we combine that with search, native, and display advertising. Pretty straightforward. But here was the problem. Sometimes contextual has perceived deficits. So let me just explain. Some initial feedback was it was less sophisticated than our cookie buys that use multiple data points to understand intent. It was less precise than our traditional search buys that use keywords for specific treatments, conditions. And finally, it's less safe and secure. Again, it's the perception of potential risk to sensitive topics, misinformation, etc. So I really started to look at these deficits and then understand where we have advantages. So let me share some of those with you. So number one is our technology has been used for the last 12 years to power keyword traffic for the search partner network. What that's allowed us to do is segment contextual topics differently because it's very granular. We have over 7 million topics we can target. And that's very important because it's all about relevance, especially in pharma. Also, we have proven results in search, hitting search benchmarks. It's a high bar of search, but it's both on the front end and the back end, like high quality actions. Think watching a video, filling out a form, along with downstream audience quality, plus new patient starts. And right, one of the reasons for this is because we have direct relationships with almost all of the top health publishers. The majority of traffic come from WebMD, Healthline, eMedicine Health, and the like. And what makes us unique is we have hard-coded units as our inventory. It's a walled garden across these publishers. And really what that allows us to do is provide true incremental traffic for both common and rare conditions and treatments. So final stage, I looked at these advantages and then I really wanted to understand how we can overcome some of these deficits that I mentioned. So number one is we make contextual more sophisticated. We use more signals to understand user intent than any other contextual provider. I'm just going to share a quick demo. This is the article for the sake of the demo. Sorry, there's a little background music, make it fancy. We use our contextual analyzer tool to scan the actual article itself. You'll see it happen in a second. Once we ingest all the keywords, we order them based on the frequency that they appear within the article. We then use natural language processing to understand all of the meanings of each individual word. So when it says drug, we know it's a medication, not an illicit drug. We assign a quality score to each topic. We scan images, and finally, we check for brand safety. We match it against the IAB category. This is to my point. IAB uses a standard of 2, which is basically disease and condition plus cancer for that particular article. And we use 46 different signals. You'll see a listing of topics in here we would serve. Melanoma is a top one, super relevant. And what this allowed us to do is make contextual more precise. We built out the largest library of health conditions and treatments. This is just one example of how granular we can go. We can go a lot more granular, but this is for hemophilia B is one of our partners is targeting that. We can also target stages within a condition. So think newly diagnosed versus relapsing. The treatments are different. You want to have that level of control. We offer it. And then finally, I'm not going to hold you any longer. I promise we make contextual more safe and secure. We have multiple safety checks. We also allow advanced distribution controls, like you can cherry pick or pick out the publishers you want to work with, and we'll give visibility into that. It's just one example, but here's just some key features that have allowed us to go through kind of the rigorous legal approval process for all the top brands we work with. We work with most of the top pharma brands in the industry, have a ton of case studies if you're interested, and then finally I'll just close with some key features. We can demo brand safety, but we check it on the first impression. We have a 2-click ad, just as a recap. This is how our ads work. They're unique in the sense of we are scraping the content as I did in the demo. That was the back end. These are our hard-coded units here where we're recommending topics using our AI. That's asthma treatment. It's an asthma article, right? Then they're taken to a second page where a second click occurs on your text ad and taken to a search results page. Right, it's a 2-click validation, user intent. It also helps filter out bots and things of that nature. It's a very good brand safe ad unit. And then finally, if that's not enough, we do have integrations, IES, double verify, and a licensing agreement with NewsGuard to help combat misinformation. That is all I have. If you want to hear more about Perform Media Health Solutions, come see me and Mark, Alex, and Jess are in the back, and we would love to hear more about what you work on. Thanks so much.